not sure what auto-tune you're hearing. Breaking Through by The Wreckage. Bit of a lesser-known song, but I think kind of fits my tastes pretty well. Good stuff. Good to see you, Michael, Maddie, and then old Racing Animation. Good to have everyone here. And ready to go for the 6th race out of 15 for this season. What on earth is that? Hashtag, this track is awesome. Well, not really, but it's my home track, so I'm obligated to like it. Brandon, you're the man. Well, you can just kind of skim through here. If you don't see your name, then that means that you were starting outside the top 28. That's the best I can say. I don't know. You're in there somewhere. You're 39. So I know that much. Certainly looks like it. You are indeed. Jonathan Garsick, pole position. So good on you. And I just found you. You're 13th. There's Derek. Got some people rolling in here. That's good to see. Carter just coming in here with the word no. That's good to have everyone here. Anyways, don't want to hold anyone up, so as per tradition, take a look at the top 10. Jonathan Garsick on the pole, as we just mentioned. Truck, 58. And then to his outside, Seth Cole, number 15. Michael Canto and Jacob Dillon starting 3rd and 4th. Wyatt Quayle, he's in need of a good run. He's starting 5th, so that's a good start. At least to see if he can get a good run here. Jeff Scott to his outside, and it's Cody Reynolds and Gatlin Downey, winner of the last race at Riki. Rounding out the top 10 is Tom Jonas and Zachary DeLello in the 29. Next time, can I stream in 720p? I don't. I thought it already did that by default, but I guess it doesn't. If it doesn't, then oops. Oh well. I don't know how to adjust that. So yeah. Yeah. Remember when you made me anger? Anger. Anger is now a verb. Oh wait, I don't exist in this universe. Well, you do exist. You run in the NCCS. It's been 480 for the entire history. I don't know how to adjust that, and I've never had any issue with it, so I'm like, yeah, I see no issue with it. Enough said. Anger is best verb, so is happy. Oh, so is happy. Well, I'm stupid, I can't read. Oh boy, this is going to be good stuff. This is going to be good stuff. Hello, Sebastian and Ultimate Speedway. If you go to encoder settings on OBS, you can adjust it. I will look into that. I don't know if that would impact, like, internet. If I do that, it might, which is why I guess I haven't looked into it much, but we'll see. We'll see. Although I've never really had any issue with it, so I've never really found a reason to. We'll see. Stream in 4K. That's not happening. That will kill my internet if I do that. I don't even know if OBS is capable of that. Or maybe it is, but I don't know. I have not dug into the settings very much, and I've been using OBS for well over a year and a half now. Oh well. It's good, it's reliable, it's free, it's easy. I've never had to mess with anything. Gets the job done. Stream in IMAX. Yeah, get your IMAX 3D glasses on, and only in the Publix 250 from Homestead, only in theaters. Yeah. Do you think I can hit 1K before the end of the Cup season? That kind of may depend on where you are at right now. We'll see. That'd be cool, though. That's for sure. Not all IMAX is 3D. Oh, I actually didn't even know that. This turned into an interesting discussion. 854. Woo! Man, you're growing fast. Yeah, you might be able to. I remember when you were down in like the 300s. They grew up so fast. So anyways, enough chit-chat. At least before the race. You can keep talking as much as y'all want to, but yeah, I agree with Sebastian. Let's get this thing started. The Publix 250 from Homestead, under the lights. Let's do it. I don't think I've been to a movie theater in over 5 years. It's just really not something that I've grown to enjoy. I just wait until it comes out on either DVD or Netflix. That's how I watched Episode 8 of Star Wars. Don't spoil anything for anyone who hasn't seen it. Okay. So, pace truck is in. And we are coming into the restart zone. 58 and 15 on the front row. Green flag flies. We are racing in sunny Florida. And from the pole, Garsick gonna lead the first lap. 3 wide, several rows deep. Wyatt Quayle trying to make that inside lane work. Gonna lose some momentum there. Michael Canto, Seth Cole drawing side by side here down the back straightaway. My mouse has always been there. Deal with it. It always has been there, and it always will be there. And I've never, ever gotten a complaint. One time where I lead, I'll lose it by lap 5. Well, you never know. I mean, you see, it's pretty tight racing here, but this is a track where you can hold the lead for quite a while. We'll see how it's all going to work out. As Canto clear now in second place. 3 wide, Quayle, Reynolds, and Cole. LJ Toledo making some good gains here in the 08, as is Matthew Hartford in the 39. This is definitely a track where kind of the middle to even upper groove can work very well. As long as you don't get into that gray, that is where you'll lose a lot of grip. I had a bad day of going to complain. Well, if you're going to complain, I would suggest not watching this. Because we're all here just to watch some good racing and have a good time. What the heck is with you and Michael? Yeah, this is like, I mean, like down here, you see it moving. This has been its resting place for probably a good year now. I always leave it there. Just in case I need it. And usually, that's whenever a caution comes out or some incident happens. As while we're talking about the cursor, Michael Canto looking for the race lead. Should be able to get it here, and he will. Seth Cole, though, going to try and get to his inside. He's got some help from Cody Reynolds. Now Reynolds makes it 3 wide for the race lead. Draft help from the 57. And Cole going to emerge with the lead. What incarnation Despacito? Hello there. First time I've seen that name, but it is good to have you here. Oh dear Lord, let's not go. Oh boy, are we gonna start throwing out like lyrics to Despacito or something? Let's not spam, please. That's all I ask. Carnation is the comment god. Oh, I see. In that case, it is an honor to have you here, good sir. Jeff Pasito. Nice. 33, Cody Reynolds. To the inside of the 15, who's going to have the preferred lane. Coming in here, Jacob Dillon's, or excuse me, Dillon, or what's his name? It is Jacob Dillon's. Trying to make the move. 15 and 33 drawn dead even. This track can produce some good racing, and I'm glad I increased the strength to where I did. I'll be watching without the chat. This looks interesting, no problem. It is pretty good stuff here right now. 3 wide for the lead again. Garsick in the 58, trying to make the inside lane work. He's got Zachary DeLello behind him. There's Cody Reynolds trying to use the outside lane, but he's up in the gray. That is not going to work. The 7 and 58 going to draw even. Now the 29 looking to make a move. Almost 4 wide and they're crashing. 58 gets turned. That's a lag spike. And that was courtesy of a very aggressive move by the 57 of Wyatt Quayle. That is race over for the 58. From the pole, you saw Seth Cole also smoking both of the front row starters. Done. And the 7 leads them back. In all honesty, how that wasn't worse than it was is amazing to me. Emily Anderson going to be second. Then Matthew Hartford, Zachary DeLello, Tom Jonas the top 5. But how that only involved like 3 trucks is amazing. Cody Reynolds was also in that, and I see another truck further up the road here. That is the 57. Wow. And NR just froze there for a moment. That was nice. NR is lagging bad, my goodness. Dang damn it. You know how much I don't like that. Okay, I think we'll get a good view from here. Yeah, the 57 just has a run and is just trying to take full advantage of it, but then that is what I would call a 4-wide situation, and 58 just didn't see it coming, and those two make contact and up into the wall they go, and yet somehow it only really involved 4 trucks when you saw where that took place. That is absolutely amazing, in my opinion. I think the 13 missed it. That's Ethan Matheson. Sorry about that. Yeah, he kind of did kamikaze it in there, but, I mean, he just had the run, and he probably thought that the 29 would fall back and say that's just a bit of a racing deal. But definitely some pretty aggressive racing there for how early in the race it was. No, you were second at the line, or third, something like that. And that destroyed the front end of Newman's car. What a good turnout here tonight. Good to have everyone here. So 57 coming out of the pits. Cody Reynolds up there in front of him. But the 15 and the 58 both, you saw them smoking. That's pretty much death right there automatically. And up there you see it. Seth Cole, Jonathan Garsick, both of the front row starters. Gonna finish last. Pretty much. That is a tough, tough break right there. Wow, I actually did not expect that. Every single test race that I did was caution free. That is pretty interesting to see. I'm gonna get some drama in here. So Dillon's, Anderson, Hartford, DeLello, and Jonas, top 5. Then it's Joe Jefferson, Michael Canto, Rob Evans, Carter Friesen, and Daniel Bouchard, current top 10. Now I'll just give credit here to SD there. I mean, yeah, that happened to him, but he's being a good sport about it, so take some notes, folks. I'm not saying everyone does, but maybe there's a few people out there. Just saying. Lights are out. We'll be going green with 30 to go. It's a cool patrol. I decide what is cool and not cool. If you're on the BFM side of things, you aren't cool. I honestly have no idea what BFM is. I'm probably just being dumb, but I don't know what that is. So truck number 7, Jacob Dillon's development driver for Ben Crouch. Going to be taking the green flag here with 30 to go. Here at Homestead. In the restart zone, which is, wow, that's pretty, the restart zone's pretty far back. But we're back at it. Decent restart there for the 31. Hartford in the 39. Also getting a pretty good restart there. Going to try and make the move for second place. What version is this? It is 2013 SDT Night. And golly, does it do good for CTS physics. Zachary DeLello, huge run here. Might have a shot at the lead. Although Tom Jonas is going to try and get underneath him. And DeLello trying to file in line there. That 29 has had some solid runs. Been probably the one of the quietest out there. Yet still finishing really strong. I believe is top 10 in points and maybe even top 5. And now he's looking for the lead. Looks like maybe a little bit of a damage glitch on the spoiler there. Drawn side by side with the number 7. Tom Jonas waiting in the wings in the 21 in 3rd place. Checking in to see on how many slow trucks are doing. Oh, not good. Not good at all. Cody Reynolds not even getting out of 3rd gear. And we all know how this is going to end. As NR loves to do to me. As DeLello has taken the lead. Tom Jonas looking for it and 4 wide again. Michael Canto on the far inside lane. 7 way up high. The intensity has picked up. Holy moly. Staggered 3 wide. Might go 4 wide for the lead if Bouchard forces the issue, and he does. Truck number 74. This is a track where the middle lane can definitely work. But my gosh, when they catch the 33 like this, and then also the 57, you saw he was pretty slow. It just ain't gonna end well. I mean, provided all these guys don't murder each other first. As Bouchard is pulled clear, looking in his mirror going, oh, thank goodness. But he's really got to be looking ahead at the slow truck of Reynolds. Again, just that badly damaged. And here we go. He's going to pull to the inside, not have any issue. Oh, boy. Oh, man, that was close. Everyone gets it checked up. So no trouble yet. This is definitely going to separate a lot of the field. Michael Canto getting absolutely screwed, as is Joe Jefferson and Zachary DeLello. The good news is that it looks like all of them are going to be able to make it by cleanly. So back up at the front. Christian Vargas has taken the lead. Away from the 74. The winner at the Dodge Motordrome. Looking for victory number 2. Number 2. Danny Bouchard holding second. Then LJ Toledo, Emily Anderson, now Carter Friesen, all battling for third place. They will catch the 57 here momentarily. What is that going to do for the field? Is Toledo with a big run? You'll be happy to know that the 7 did lead for a while. Now I don't know where he fell back to. But we'll wait and see here how they navigate the 57. They're going to split him here? No, everyone checks up. And the 57 holds it to the inside lane. 35 going around the outside. That is not something you see too often. And now into the middle lane. Golly, I really hate it when this happens. How much does NR 2003 cost? Zippo! It is free. You just gotta... you gotta work some magic with your computer, but hey, it can work pretty well. Oh boy. But yeah, it is free. As long as you have a capable computer. Which, trust me, this thing is not all that high-end. And it's running it fairly smoothly, so as long as you have at least even a remotely reasonable computer, you should be in good shape. Unlike everyone who's getting held up by lap traffic, which is getting a little annoying. But certainly making for some drama. Vargas holds the lead. Then it's Toledo, Anderson, Bouchard, Friesen. And of course they are going to catch the 33 again with how slow he was. And just more evidence that NR hates me. Because every single time I think it's going to be an awesome race, then you got that one slow guy from Damage that's just going to absolutely obliterate things. All because of one crash. Because that's always how it goes. Where is the hecking 54, you hecking butt? What's your profanity? A little far back at the moment, but he's got his teammate Dylan Young in front of him. So we'll see if they'll be able to make a charge toward the front. You've got plenty of time to do it. Speaking of the front, got Dawson Wheeler up here now, the 88. Not a driver we've talked about very much so far this season. Are they catching the 33 again? Yeah, they are. Because reasons. Oh, boy. Let the fun begin again. Oh, boy, they're going to catch him in the corner. This is going to get messy. .35 pulls high, 31 pulls low. Although did have to check up quite a bit. Toledo around the outside. Bouchard barely going to get by. Now Jonas and the inside lane should be okay, but Friesen. Now they'll get by as the 33 pulls up to the outside. I mean, that's the best spot you can really be, is the outside if you're that slow. Aside from the garage, of course. Which is probably a lot better place to be when you're that bad off the pace. Rob Evans, Nathan Orman, they were toward the front just a minute ago, and now they're way back here. And going to have to work their way forward. Just going to keep going as long as the race goes on. Not much has changed here so far. Tom Jonas is 5th. Patrick Smith has found his way into the top 10, and truck number 19 Jacob Dillon's rallying back. Then Zachary Fitzwater, Hannah Higdon rounding out the top 10. First time we've seen those trucks up here so far. Over the front, LJ Toledo looking for second on Emily Anderson. Anderson with the run on the high side. Going to keep that spot. Everyone trying to run down. Christian Vargas, truck number 35. Goodbye to his kneecaps. There's a new one. Again, they'll cast the 57 another time. They'll probably cast the 33 one more time before this race is over. So we'll just have to see what happens when they catch them that one last time. There's the 57. There's the 33. So got a little bit of time here. As Anderson looking to make the move, but without any help, not going to be able to make that stick. Yeah, he is. But it's a computer. There's nothing you can really do. I love Cody Reynolds to death, but oh boy, his AI is not being very smart. And 31's getting some solid runs on the 35. We'll see if they'll be able to convert any of those to a move for the lead. Staying in line for now. Tries to pull a little bit lower, maybe get some air off of the rear of the 35. The turning you over comp is still amazing, still in awe. Oh, I appreciate that, man. Thank you. That I could go into a lot of depth about that one, but I'll wait until these 9 laps are completed. We got 9 to go. I thought what we had was special. Oof. There goes the 31, looking for the lead. 57 just up the road, though. And the 33 not much farther. Now they'll get by. 35 couldn't get held up. But new leader Emily Anderson, LJ Toledo gets by. Patrick Smith, Dillons, Wheeler, Higdon. There's Sebastian Kukalan, 32, that white truck. Now up here in the top 10. Now what Vargas is doing there, being smart, not pulling down in front of everyone. And potentially causing trouble. Whoa! Unlike Bouchard just nearly did there with Marty Johnson. Wow. But man, this is a log jam. And nowhere really for anyone to go. But I'm going to check back up here at the front, because the laps are winding down really, really quick. Emily Anderson to the point. LJ Toledo in second with 6 laps remaining and another lap truck to worry about. This is insanity. It's good. I mean, I give them credit. They're not wrecking, which is really, really impressive. Really cool to see. And I mean, yeah, you hate to see stuff like that happen, but certainly making for some excitement in some regards. As what the... Where'd that come from? Okay, they already passed the 33, and I wasn't even aware of it. Okay. So it looks like it's going to be clear road ahead for the leaders. They just have to battle it amongst themselves now. 5 to go, coming to 4. Things seem to have evened out a little bit. Toledo has to try and run down the 31. Again, they at some point caught the 33. There was somewhere in the middle of that pack, and I have no idea where the hell he came from. Oh, I'm sorry. Sorry for my French there. I did not mean that. My apologies. 8 with a big run. Or, excuse me, the 08. Though Higdon might pull low, and there she goes. That's going to help the 31. With 3 to go, if either the 08 or the 93 is able to clear each other, they might still have a shot at it. 3 wide for 4th. The 93's teammate coming up here, Matthew Hartford, in the 39. Looking underneath of Kukalan and Dillon's. 2 laps to go for Emily Anderson. Has to fend off LJ Toledo. And if they go side by side, that could definitely open the door for someone else, including the 93 or even the 32 or the 7. Coming to the white flag. Toledo getting some solid runs. But can he keep it though? He's right on the 31's tail. White flag flying. He's got to do something here. Gets a little tight, loses a bit of ground. May have been a little too close. It did not want to make that move. 31, Emily Anderson. Through 3 and 4. Coming to the checkered flag. Going to take victory in the Publix 250 at Homestead, Miami Speedway. And a nice, nice run. And just for the sake of, it, Despacito. I don't know. I don't know that meme as much. And while we had our standard lap traffic troubles, still a pretty exciting race. Still good stuff. So Anderson with the victory. Toledo, Higdon, Dillon's, Kukalan, the top 5. All of them very well done. Matthew Hartford, Patrick Smith, Tom Jonas, Dylan Young, and Carter Friesen. Shout out to Dylan Young. My goodness. I mean, he's just doing everything he needs to do to hold that point lead that he's got. I'm pretty sure he had it coming into this race, as I'll go ahead and export this. But, yeah, he's still holding it. I imagine he will with that finish. I mean, we saw him way back in the field and now rallies up to 9th. So, man, he's definitely the MVP so far. Or he's Jesus. One or the other. So there are the full results. Some drivers with some pretty tough breaks in that one. But, wow. Not the good race. Really good race. Glad to see that one went down pretty good. Again, lap traffic. Yay, whatever. Not a fan of that, but what I am a fan of was that we saw quite a bit of passing for the lead at quite a few stages. So that was good stuff. No, you... Okay, first off, I'll just say, you did not choke nothing. That was just a little aggressive racing on the part of a couple drivers. Well, we'll go ahead and head over to Victory Lane, and then I'll answer the question of more racing animation while I'm getting the point standings up. But Emily Anderson, all credit due, kept it clean, and the Heater.com Chevrolet going to Victory Lane. And that is in fact the development driver for none other than our good friend Elijah Leonard. So that's pretty cool to see. I think they were trying to kill each other throughout most of that race, hence the 4 wide that we saw earlier. So as I go ahead and get this up, really don't know if I could name a favorite crash count that I've done. I would have to, whoops, I would really have to dig through them because there's a lot that I'm pretty proud of. Some that I've, maybe not as much. I can definitely say the turning you over one, which, a little fun fact about that one. I don't know if anyone picked up on the lyrics much, but if you did, you'll know why I'm about to say what I'm about to say, and I was this close. I was debating for about the better part of a week while I was thinking about using that song to flag it and age restrict it. Yeah, I was going to do that. Again, if you didn't pay attention to the lyrics very much, you probably don't know why. When you do, you'll hear why. But I was that close to deciding to age restrict it, but then I thought, everyone would probably blow a gasket, so I didn't. And I just left it as it is, and it came out phenomenally. I literally made that in one day, which usually a crash comp is drawn out over maybe 5 days to a week. That one was a one-day deal, because I really wanted to make it. And yeah, came out pretty darn good. So as we generate the files, I'll just see what everyone's saying in that regard. Only the big boys can watch it. Yeah, almost, but I decided, nah, I'll leave it. Anyways, 6 races down. That, I believe, leaves 9 to go? Or 10 to go? Something like that. Out of a 15 race season. Points standings stack up as follows, and no surprise there, Dylan Young hanging on to the point lead. Again, no real surprise. He's just doing exactly what he needs to do, finishing strong enough to hold it right there. He has 59 points ahead of Christian Vargas, and with that victory, Emily Anderson jumps up 11 positions to 3rd. Zachary DeLello, Zachary Fitzwater, 4th and 5th. Top 5 separated by 166. So that's a pretty good margin there. A tie for 6th between Colton Yo and Jacob Dillons now. Still very impressive. 6th place. And not a single top 10 so far for Colton Yo. But he is in a tie for 6th. That's pretty impressive. Rounding out the top 10, then you have Roger Ray, Tom Jonas, and Griffin Lynn. 189 points separating 1st through 10th. Hannah Higdon also a very big point gain there. Plus 14 spots. Matthew Hartford plus 10. Audra Baranowskis dropping way down 12 spots. Also a big gain for Patrick Smith. Big loss for Jesse Turner. Cody Reynolds also a bit of a drop off. Toledo a good gain. And there are the full standings so far. But that's still just really fun to me. I mean, you've got Nathan Stapleton down here. He's 39th in points with a top 5 and with a top 5. Colton Yo up here, tied for 6th. Not even a top 10. That's pretty impressive to pull off after 6 races. I'm not surprised about anything. Congratulations. Oof. I know that line. I know that line. Good stuff. So, I think that is probably going to do it for me. Definitely no race tomorrow. There's other racing. We'll see about Thursday, because that is going to be a 6 a.m. wake-up special that morning for golf. So we'll see if I'm even conscious. It's probably not as familiar as the good old "everything's great." That will live on in infamy, like for eternity in my book. That was that was awesome. Everything's great. Although my dad kind of adapted it into something kind of funnier. He doesn't say it like that. He says it as Everything's great. It's kind of funny. But yeah, we've kind of adopted that line now. But yeah, I'm sure that's what Cody Reynolds in the 33 is probably thinking to himself. Everything's great. after that race. Good stuff. Good stuff. Good stuff. And it was also really cool to see One Incarnation, which, yeah, I think I now remember that name. It is really cool to have you here, man. I'm glad you came by. Don't forget about Brad Kozlowski, driver of the Penske Racing Dodge. Kyle Busch is an ass. That is also pretty infamous. Let's see what other infamous ones are there. Yeah, I'm not too sure. There are many lines that will live on forever and will forever be remembered for their pure awesomeness and savagery. Well, on that note, I'm going to wrap it up. Thank you all for coming by. Thank you for watching that race. Congrats to Emily Anderson on the victory. And we'll see how it goes in the next race, which I do not remember where it is going to be. Plain and simple. If you don't like that kind of racing, don't even watch. And while I will admit I'm not the biggest fan of Kyle Busch, I can agree. If you're not a fan of that kind of racing, well, let's face it. If you're not a fan of that kind of racing, why are you watching NASCAR? And second off, you only didn't like that kind of racing is because you didn't like Kyle Busch. Whereas in reality, if Chase Elliott had done the same thing, everyone would have been hooting and hollering and being like it was the best thing ever. So, whatever. Again, I really don't care for Kyle Busch that much, but he did have a point there. And he's had some good points. So yeah. It's fun being a neutral racing fan that you can just appreciate good racing when you see it. Sorry. You know, I think World Racing Animation just kind of inspired me to do something. Expect a video to be posted here in the next 15 minutes or so. Just saying. So thank you all for watching. See y'all in the next one. Until then, take care. And bye for now.